Independent front suspension RC trucks certainly seem to be catching on. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I know, as soon as I said it, I realized what I was saying. Welcome back to the Scale Builders Guild. Thanks again for watching. Today we're taking a first look and an unboxing of the new Element RC TrailRunner. There's the box right back there. Here's the truck right here in front of me. This is Element RC's latest RTR, available now as I speak, and this is taking a few elements from existing RTRs and kits and putting it all together into one package. We've got the Element Enduro basic chassis, same layout, same transmission, same axles, same everything, except they're including the IFS front end. So you've got an independent front suspension setup in the front, solid rear axle in the rear. There are a lot of new elements to this element, including an all-new SUV style body. This is, in my opinion, meant to look like a Toyota 4Runner, but it is not a 4Runner. There are a lot of nice molded elements included on the body: a front grille, wipers, rear view mirrors, door handles, fender trim, a nice spoiler on the back, and some other molded elements, including a MagnaFlow licensed exhaust system, which is a nice touch. There are also these great new sliders. These sliders help hold the body in place and also are a lot smoother, so you won't be getting hung up as often as you would have on the old Sendero sliders. There's also some window trim that's molded as well. It's painted white on the inside, so you get a nice glossy finish. Like most Lexan bodies. There is a bit of thinness at the bottom of the bodies, but because that's integrating into a slider, you'll probably have less likelihood of tearing that or ripping that, so that's a good thing. All of the molded pieces are not held on with screws. They are friction fit with a little washer into a pin, so they are easy to remove. And speaking of easy to remove, this whole front bumper, the lower valence or the lower part of the bumper here on the front of the truck, can be removed. And why they did that was because they include a slew of extra molded parts in the box that I'm going to start adding to this truck. And one of the points that they're trying to show off with this truck is that it is very customizable. Despite how it might look on the box art, there are a lot of different ways you can customize this straight out of the box. And I think that's one of the big features of this new TrailRunner. There are a lot of different ways to make it your own without spending anything additional, which is really cool of Element to include. And we'll get into some of those items later on. This is a 1.55 wheel. This is a molded black two-piece beadlock, and there are these nice center caps that have an ERC logo, sort of like a TRD logo, which I thought was pretty amusing. Wrapped around these wheels is the General Grabber AT tire that we also saw on the Enduro Trailwalker. Yeah, definitely a decent tire, lots of grip, and pretty nice set of foams on there too. These beadlocks are not vented, nor are the tires, so that's something you might want to do later on if that's something that interests you. I like the 155 tire size and wheel size. I've always been a fan of it. It looks really good on this truck. The proportions are good. It sits nicely within the fender flares, and there's hardly any tire that's sticking out from the actual body, so that is a nice bonus as well. It does really look quite scale in the way they've laid this out. I have previously shown the IFS system off in that truck right there, the Taco Bell Grande. So I'll be sure to put a link up here where you can check out that build series, because there's a lot going on in that IFS, and it is a very nice piece and really nice to see in an RTR. I'm glad that Element put this out. And it also, this is a real kicker, if you wanted to do a solid axle swap on your IFS 4Runner, or sorry, TrailRunner, you can, because Element includes most of the pieces you'll need to do that whole conversion, and that is a very cool thing as well. If you're not into IFS for whatever reason, you want to go a little more hardcore and go full solid axle, you can make that swap quite easily, even buying this RTR, which is awesome. The body is not my favorite design in the whole wide world. I know what they were going for. I know what they were trying to recreate without being so close to the original that there wouldn't be any litigation. But I kind of would have liked to see something totally original. Like the Trailwalker or like the Sendero, there were things that influenced those trucks, but they were very original. And I feel like this is close, but not quite. And some of the lines are a bit weird, but I get it. I see what they were going for. It's not my personal favorite, but I think we can make it closer to a favorite with some of the add-on features that they add in the box, and let's get into some of those now. There is a roof rack included, a snorkel included, 3-piece bumper that makes this truck look a lot more aggressive. They also include LEDs for that front bumper as well, which is a really nice bonus. For the street price of $389 US, this is a fairly decent value. If you're looking to get into this market, you want to have an IFS truck, you want RTR for the simplicity and just to be able to get it out of the box and start having some fun, this is a great choice. Opinions on the body aside, this is a great beginner's chassis. Lots of options. Overdrive on the front because of the Stealth X transmission. It's a good starter kit. These are great shocks. This bigger body definitely helps the weight. I found that this Sendero was really light overall, and that now that this has IFS and a bigger, heavier body, I feel like it's actually a bit more substantial than previous kits. Metal servo horn is also included, which is a really nice bonus. The IFS does require a bit more oomph in the steering department, so having a metal steering horn is going to help that tremendously. I really like IFS. I think that this is a great option for those people who are looking to recreate a scale truck that had IFS, whether it be a 4Runner or something similar. There are a lot of body options out there that can let you go wild and actually have a bit of fun with this kit. One other great note on this chassis, while it is an Enduro chassis underneath, all of the structural plastics on the chassis have been upgraded to Element's gray plastic, so everything is a lot more rigid than the original, and that's a welcome change. Definitely something I'm happy to see. There's only one thing missing from this RTR, and I think that's something that a lot of other manufacturers are getting into, and that's including inner fenders. If we're going to do scaled trucks, inner fenders, I think we're getting to a point where that's an absolute must. I don't want to see through the body. I don't want to see through to the other side. It would be great to have that included. And I know that Element offers them as an aftermarket upgrade. It's something I've already ordered because I do want to put it into this truck. I think it should be included. I wouldn't mind spending a little bit more to have that extra scale accuracy built in. It wouldn't be an Element box if it didn't have something printed on the inside, and this box is no different. In previous boxes, you've gotten garages or parts of a garage or an add-on to the existing garage, or even some arcade boxes for your scale garage. All things to put in the garage. This one's a little bit different. It comes in a dealership or a scene to look like a dealership, so you're getting a factory fresh truck. There is a very healthy sticker sheet included with the TrailRunner. You get all these really cool like topographical style stickers for the hood, or you can go with these ones. You can put on like a visor over the top, all kinds of assorted sponsor stickers, and they give you some extra hubcaps as well. So all kinds of bits and pieces, including some bumper stickers, one of which is directly pointed at me. Ours are funnier. Hashtag SBG. They're not funnier. I mean, they're funny, but they're not funnier than my bumper stickers. This is a nice, healthy sticker sheet. Lots of great options on there. Lots of great ways to customize your TrailRunner. Of course, you get a great owner's build manual, again, made to look like the outside of one of your full-size daily 1-to-1 manuals, so that's kind of cool. Here's the snorkel that they include. That'll go right on the side of the truck, obviously. Here is the 3-piece bumper, so we'll show you that in a minute as well. There's the solid front axle, the other gears to do a different overdrive setup if you want to go to the more extreme 26% overdrive or whatever it is. That's included as well. There's the like if you're going to solid axle, you also get the traditional servo and servo winch mount, and the larger battery tray. They also include a roof rack, which will be adding to this truck as well. And there's the front LEDs, so your ESC is already LED capable. Like I've said in previous reviews of Element Enduros, the shocks that are included are team associated shocks. They're very good shocks. So as you can see, I've spent some time customizing the truck. I've added all the additional plastic pieces, and I think it's improved the look greatly. It definitely gives it a much more aggressive look up front. Adding that roof rack gives it a bit of overland style, and it just, to me, looks a lot better, especially with all of these great decals. This is a great truck to get started with if you're looking to get into this hobby for not a lot of cash and you want to have some customizing options right out of the box. Independent front suspension trucks, there isn't anybody else that does it, so Element's a great choice if IFS is something you're looking to get into. Speaking of IFS, what do you think of independent front suspension? Do you think it has a place in scale RC? Post your comments down below. You know I love reading through your feedback and I try to answer as many of them as I can. And if you're enjoying this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you get updates anytime there's a new video from the Scale Builders Guild. I am hoping that the parks in my area open up soon so I can take this truck out and give it a proper running video like it deserves. Until then, we'll just have to stare at it on the bench, I guess. So I think that's going to do it for the first look at the Element Enduro TrailRunner 4x4. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I hope that you'll stay tuned for more videos from the Scale Builders Guild. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.